Amy, Karen Reed is free.
Oh yeah, it's been a week of legal drama. Well,
I
maybe not
know,
drama,
right?
but
Hmm.
there's a lot going on this week as far as true
Not
crime,
just
real
Karen Reed.
crime. I know, but it is exciting to see where where everything will take us and lead us to, and civil suits and stuff like that.
Right.
It's still us, Mo and Amy from the Flippin' Fantastic podcast. This is just our behind the scenes where we talk about everything and anything except reselling. Make sure you subscribe and take a listen. Bye.
Do you think the YouTube lawyers are like a little glad that Kohberger is like pleaded? They get a little summer break
I mean, I'm
after
sure.
Karen Reed.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little bit of both because, if you're
I
a
mean,
law
that's our income.
tuber, yeah, if you're a law tuber, then that's your
Hmm.
money. And that would have been a
Yeah.
hot case. And I'm sure that's like
Oh, absolutely.
tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, for some of these
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was going to be like a 12-week case or 12-week trial,
Yeah, like
I
3 months.
think,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which would have been even longer with like the jury selection and all that stuff. Like,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the well into the fall. Well into the
Yeah.
fall with that. Yeah, so
I know.
I don't know what
Mhm.
even is coming up for them.
What do you
They're
mean?
I
Oh,
mean,
like
they're
other cases? Is that
yeah,
what you mean? Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen, like, a bunch of different ones, but some of them are, like, federal cases, so they won't be
Mhm.
televised, kinda like
Right.
Diddy's, you
Yeah,
know?
so they just have to report on what they hear afterward and
Yeah, I was watching, some of the Diddy, but the person that I
Mhm.
watch, she follows people that are on Twitter that are inside, and they're, like,
Mhm.
basically frantically
Yeah.
tweeting.
Mhm.
So, literally, she's live
Right.
streaming and reading
Right,
the
and reading
tweets
their
and stuff
tweets
like
and
that.
talking about it, yeah. Yeah, can you
Yeah.
imagine you're in there just
No,
type, type,
I
type, 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 type.
I
Or
know.
type I mean, I would honestly I would be doing it on I would bring a computer because I could type
Oh,
faster.
that's true. I'm sure, yeah, I
But
wonder
yeah,
how they do that. Like,
well,
if they
the
make
young
them,
kids can
like,
type faster on their
well,
text.
yeah, but I mean, as far as, like, their cameras, you would think they would, like, not like, how are they monitoring them from not taking pictures or video and stuff like that? You have to sign a
I
form
mean,
or something
I
probably.
guess you I mean, I guess if any pictures or video leak out, you're in big, deep doo-doo,
True, and I guess maybe they
you
can
know?
tell from the angle. I don't know. Mhm.
Yeah. Is same with the phone.
Right.
I mean,
True.
in Karen Reed, they were the journalists were facing the jury, so
I know, with their cameras, like, their laptops,
Mhm.
like, were
Yeah.
wide open.
But, I mean, we didn't get any pictures of them, so
No.
I guess they just get read the riot act and probably have to I wonder if they have to sign something
Yeah, that
for
too.
something like Diddy, like no
Or
photos of the
yeah.
jury.
Wonder if they had to put those things over the top of their cameras, those, like, with that, like, block.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
They provide
Mhm.
those. I don't know. We'll have to ask Turtle Boy when he comes on. We're gonna
That's a call for Aiden Carney. Is his name pronounced Carney?
Yes, car, like,
'Cause yeah,
CAR.
Carney, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never I mean, I hear people say it, but then I hear people say Kearney, and I'm like, "Is it just a
Yeah.
weird spelling of Carney?" Uh,
Because that's how it's spelled, like, with it's spelled like EAR,
right.
like,
Mhm.
so it looks like it
Yeah,
would be
Kear
Kearney.
Mhm, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's like a super Irish effed up spelling.
Like when they came over to Ellis Island and they just wrote it down, like maybe they wrote it so fast that they couldn't
Yeah,
even
who
read it, and they
knows?
were like, "Okay, these are your papers, and this is its
Yeah.
spelling."
Yeah.
No, sorry, don't come for us, Turtle Boy. We don't know. We're just making up our own lore. But oh my gosh. Okay. Well, before we start talking about, because I know we're going to talk about Karen Reed. One. Okay, Brian. Everybody probably already knows that Brian was. He pled guilty to murder of all four of the students,
Mhm.
and part of his agreement was that he waives all his rights to appeal,
Yep.
which I think is, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I know the family supposedly wasn't happy with the deal because they were adamant from what I heard, like that they wanted the death penalty. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know. I'm sure we'll hear more when they speak out, or I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe some are writing books. Maybe the families are getting together and writing books or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. And I would think that they would, if they did, they would do it to like raise money for like scholarships for, students at,
Right. Yeah,
you know,
something. Yeah.
that school. Oh. And then the Diddy case. I mean, that's just crazy that he was acquitted on the three serious ones of like racketeering and the 2 counts of sex trafficking. But then he was found guilty of, let me see, what was it exactly? It was transportation of prostitutes across state line.
Mhm.
How are those not the same thing? How is sex trafficking and transport of prostitution across state lines not the same thing? It's like
Isn't
you know
sex
what I mean?
trafficking just like just plain old prostitution? Like it doesn't like mean I
It
don't
just
know.
sounds the same. They sound the same to me.
It
Is
sounds the same,
is
but I think sex trafficking is just plain old prostitute.
abduction?
Like he's a pimp. Like
I
do you
mean,
know what I
isn't
mean?
that what he was doing?
Yeah.
Pimping out
That's what
his
I'm saying.
girlfriends and things
Yeah, so
and
that's what
blackmailing
that
them?
means. But like then over state lines is just different. Like do you know what I'm saying?
But that's what that count that he was convicted of was across state lines.
Right. But like they're separate. Like one's just prostituting.
But no, it
I
was
just
oh, I see what you're saying. But it's like what I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it's still crazy.
one's just like, okay, I got some girls in my house. Sex trafficking is like, I got some girls in my house, come pay me and you can have them, right? Like
But
here.
that's
Like,
like,
and then that's sex trafficking, right? And then, but across state lines is they call you up and say, bring me some girls. And you're like, okay, I'll send them over
I don't know. I'm
across state
like,
lines.
I don't understand how the jurors were. I don't know what they were thinking as far as I don't know. And there was
I
like
don't know.
older
Yeah.
jurors and stuff too, from what I heard, and
Yeah.
it was
I don't.
and and when he was found, guilty of those two,
Hmm.
like the lesser ones, his attorney wanted him to be able to like leave that day. And I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Uh-huh.
you've got to be kidding." There was like a madhouse outside that. Could you imagine if they had let him go on like, bond or whatever? Bail,
Right.
whatever the word is. I can't believe it. It was chaos outside that place. That would have been
Yep.
no way. So he has to stay in jail until October 3rd, which is when the sentencing is, and he can get 2 to 10 years for each count.
Hmm.
I mean, if they let him go for time served, I'm going to be completely shocked. I'm going to be completely shocked, you
I
know?
yeah. You know, they always say it's crazy because they always say the feds don't go until they have their
Yeah.
ducks in a row. Like they
Mhm.
don't do a half-ass like Karen Reed, like the Commonwealth did.
Right.
They have it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there and I'm just reading stuff, so like
Yeah.
what I want to know what these jurors like why? Why?
I know. I mean, it's just hearing all, and I saw something else too that I was like, this is so true. Like the outcome of Diddy's trial is like
Mm,
why women don't come forward when they're victims of stuff because of
yeah.
this. Like they
Yeah.
always say, come forward," but then, you know, or women, not even just women, men too, because all these civil cases, and not all of them, but they involve men too,
Mhm.
you know? So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like,
Well, it's like
it's an
you go
injustice.
through all of it and you're not guaranteed that this guy's going away.
Exactly. I
So
know.
you're already traumatized. And then to put yourself through the trial is traumatizing.
Right.
I
I
mean,
know.
I understand. I mean, you wish everybody would come forward so that you could. I mean, look, that's our legal system. That's the justice. This is what
Exactly.
happens. But anyway, yeah.
I know. And then
Hmm.
to the Karen Reed, I mean, thank goodness it's done. Like she doesn't have to worry about, double jeopardy and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I mean, I guess
Yeah.
she has the civil suit, which I don't understand how her John O'Keefe's family is, how they're like still going forward with it. after this, like in their
Yeah,
heart
I
of
know.
hearts, hearing all these experts saying that he was not hit by a car. Like, you know?
But there's so many people. Okay, so like you said, like there's people in the courtrooms and Twitter and or X, whatever. And like
Mhm.
I've been on X just reading Karen Reed stuff. And I'm gonna say it, there's some low IQ people like following some of this stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it drives me crazy. I feel like even the sixth graders and sixth graders they are a crazy animal, okay? They're nuts. They can be so smart, but then so friggin' dumb, right? But like I
Right.
feel like if I showed them Dr. Wolf with an E, Crash
Mhm.
Daddy, and what's his name? Blue Man, that they'd be
Mm.
laughing at Blue Man. Like, I feel like, and I don't think you had to be a, yeah, a genius physicist to
Yeah.
understand. I mean, it was basic stuff
No, you
for,
don't have to be a reconstruction accidentist or whatever the wording was.
yeah,
Accident reconstructionist, yeah, to know that.
no. And I'm
I
but
mean,
there's a lot of people that still, they're like, well, she backed up. Like, just because her car backed up doesn't mean she hit anything. I don't
I
understand.
know.
They
I
they're
mean,
they're
I
clinging
remember
to the backing up at 24 miles an hour.
so crazy. I know. I remember when I first like learned about the case. Like I first learned about it and was like, "Oh, let
Mhm.
me look into it." And like, let me look at pictures. Soon as I
Yeah.
saw, like I didn't even know like people were leaning like, guilty, not guilty. I didn't know what the mass was at the time
Yeah.
because this was a while ago. I remember as soon as I saw his arm, I was like, "What? No, that's not even possible." Like, I
Well,
mean,
you
did
did
he get by a
trees, like,
car?
you saw
Police came
lots
and
of
got him?
broken bones from that kinda thing, right? I mean,
Yeah, and especially now that we know it was 24 miles an hour supposedly. How are you gonna
yeah.
not have a bruise or a torn ligament or tendon
Mhm.
stretched? And I mean, and they did X-rays all the
I was
extremities
reading
too.
somebody, yeah. I was reading somebody on X, this girl, and she's not a lawyer or anything, but she's just talks about all this stuff. And she was like, "Well, well, first of all, let me say this. I don't think that the O'Keefes, Paul and Peggy, liked Karen. Just didn't like her,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Didn't like her. Like she's kind of and I mean, I get it. Like she's just seems like the person who just says what's on her mind. Like
Uh-huh.
she not sugarcoating, right? But anyway, so they didn't like her. But anyway, so going back, Paul had a DUI, Paul
Oh,
O'Keefe.
yeah.
And they showed, I should have brought the picture. They showed the picture. Like it was like an elder, like a woman or something, got really hurt. He was,
Oh.
he supposedly pulled out in front of her, like at a light or something.
Huh?
Like it was his fault. Those cars were completely totaled. And this girl, and I don't know if this is true. I'm just reading it, but she was like, guess how fast he was going? About 24 miles an hour.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And the cars were just completely wrecked, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
So it wasn't two cars. It would have been Karen's car and John's if it had happened. But like
Mhm.
even the crash test dummy left a big old dent in it when they went
Oh, yeah.
and hit
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah. I know. It's just, I mean, it didn't happen. It
It,
didn't
it's
happen,
imp-
that's why.
it nothing leads to him being hit by a car. There is
Mhm. No evidence other
there's
than
nothing.
planted evidence or allegedly
Yeah.
planted evidence.
Yeah.
I don't
Don't get me
know.
started.
I
It's
know. And then
craziness.
when whatever Michael Proctor did that interview, I don't know what it was, but when the
Hmm.
guy said, I don't know which one it was, but he said, "Oh, well, would you do anything differently?" And he was like, "No, I do it all the
No.
same." Uh,
Are you freaking
I was
kidding
like,
me?
why are you doubling down? You're not getting your job back." I mean, I guess they are. I guess they are trying to get his job back. I heard something about
Yeah.
he's the
Uh,
union, police
do
union,
you
or
know
whatever it's called.
anywhere that, like, no self respecting police department anywhere would hire that guy.
Or they wouldn't hire him as an investigator. Oh, yeah, you're right,
No.
you're right. Yeah. I wonder what he's doing. What is he doing now?
I mean, he can't, I don't know, eating.
He said he's going to the gym, Mo. I guess that's the
Well,
name of the taco bar, the
I
gym.
I'm
That's
not
the
gonna
local taco
talk
bar.
about fat, but he's gained a little weight. I understand the stress weight, the stress eating, but yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Does his wife work, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know what his wife does. I don't know. I don't know
If
nothing.
if they gave him his job back, oh my God, ridiculousness. I mean, in all honesty, every because was it like the mass state, like they're talking about like they're going over how they handle everything and like protocols and everything.
Uh-huh.
Like this case is making them do all that. And I'm
Yeah,
like, well, your first step is to fire almost everybody that was involved in Karen Reed because none of
that's
them
all
did what they were supposed to do. I mean, at the
right.
very least, all should have, not just Proctor, not just Buchanan, shouldn't have lost a freaking day's pay or whatever. They
Oh my
should,
gosh.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, you lose a day. Well, big fucking deal, I guess.
Yeah.
Excuse my French.
And what about all the past cases that they were involved in too? There had to,
Yeah,
I mean, sure, there's some great a number of appeals that are going to come out of that, you know?
right. Wasn't there a lot of overlap with the Sandra Birchmore?
There's
Um,
something, yeah. I think there's another one too out of Canton that people have been talking about too. I can't remember what it is. I thought it was somebody named Brian. I mean, shocker, Brian.
oh, the Walsh case that's going on? Is that one?
Mm,
No.
maybe that. I don't know. I've read so many that
Yeah, I know.
um
It's all such a blur.
I know. It's
Yeah. I mean, but you know, I don't understand why what's his face? What was his name?
who?
Um, that came after and started leaf blowing the snow. Like,
The
what was
guy
his
that was
name?
leaf blowing snow? I
Yeah,
don't was it
I
Trooper
can't.
Paul? Was he the one
No,
doing it?
no, not Paul. No, the older guy.
Oh, like Gallagher or whatever? Was that his name?
Is that it? Yeah,
I
something
don't
like that.
know.
Anyway, he's like, oh, he didn't get the video from what's his face across the street because he knows how that camera it doesn't see across the street.
No. That's so I know.
I mean, so much. I just love the jury foreman who spoke out. He was like, "Look, if there's a dead guy on my lawn, you best believe that the
They're busting
police
doors
are
down.
searching my house."
Right.
I mean, for real. And not just because he's a black guy. I think anybody who wasn't
Yeah.
involved with any of them or wasn't any police, they'd have been in the house. Anybody,
Or
hey,
they
can we
would
come
have
in?
like at least knocked on the door. Well, let's just say this, Mo. If it had happened in front of our houses, we would have been like outside or like
Oh,
opening the door or something. Not like
yeah,
the
I'd have been
Halbert.
standing out there looking.
I know, especially when
I'd have
there's so
been
many people in that household. Like nobody's interested in, especially when you're a police officer. Come
right.
on. Come on.
Exactly. And don't give me that. I mean, how much were you drinking that you can't, that you were in a cold sleep?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Did
But they
you?
were answering phone calls during the morning on his wife's phone. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Did you see I don't know. I just saw clips of it on different social media. I don't know who the people are that have the show, but they had that, I guess he was like, used to be a FBI or a Fed or something. Michael Easter, that guy. Did you see any of that?
I don't well, maybe I did and I just don't know the name. What was
He
it?
well, he basically he said, "Come on." He was like, "I don't know anybody, let alone," because they played it. He was like, I'm not a Canton cop. I'm a Boston cop."
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "And he's a Boston cop. Like, why aren't you like he's your brother, you know? Like why?"
Right.
He's like, "Anybody else he goes, that is he to him that was so fishy. It's like so suspicious." He said because they'd be opening up the garage, like, "Here's a command center, come in and warm up. Do you
Oh,
need
yeah.
me to do anything?" Like, the
Mhm.
whole he
Yeah.
just, everything everybody else has said who isn't in law enforcement, and this guy, who's in law enforcement is like, "This is
Yeah.
BS. This is complete and utter BS."
Yeah, and then when he said, "Oh, I'm not a Canton police officer, I'm a, Boston police officer. Oh, what
Mhm.
was I gonna do?" Or whatever, but I was just like, that is your private property too. Like, it's not like, "Oh, it was in the street, on the street, down the street, on public
Right,
property." It was
right,
on his private property, so he can't say, like, "It didn't
right.
involve me." It 100% involved you. You owned that home.
I
Like, you know what
loved
I mean?
how he said,
I would take a bullet for him,
"Yeah,
but not
but you're not
put
gonna come outside your house?" No, he
yeah.
said, "'Cause, like, okay, wasn't, like, the flagpole here and the fire hydrant, like, kinda down from it? Like,
Like
further
at
down?
like adjacent or something maybe?
Yeah, but, like, further down, there's like, it wasn't like they were not right next to each other." He
Right,
said, "What am
yeah.
I supposed to do? Put police tape around the fire hydrant?" I was like, "He wasn't near the fire hydrant according to everything. He was over by the flagpole." I don't have a picture of it, but, let me see if I can find one. But he made it like he wasn't like, I don't even know if the fire hydrant's on his property, it might be on next door.
Oh, like he was trying to even distance himself,
Right.
like
Like that he
distance
was
John
farther
from his
away.
house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
he
true,
didn't
I
say,
see.
"I'm gonna put police tape around the flagpole." He said, "The fire hydrant." I was like, "John, I don't think John was near the fire hydrant."
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's just a
That was
distancing
yeah.
thing. I guess in his defense, maybe he meant around the fire pole, around the flagpole, like as a triangle to like seal it off or whatever, but
Well, he didn't say flagpole, he just said fire hydrant.
true.
I just thought it was weird. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
Let me see.
it's a little distancing,
Yeah, like, I thought it felt like very, much, um,
like deflection.
thought out. Yeah, for
Mm,
him
yeah.
to,
I wonder if
um oh,
Brian
okay,
Higgins
here's
is gonna say stuff too. You know how they all did. Which I don't even know why Chris was there, but the McAlberts, did that little
right.
interview. I wonder if
Yeah.
Brian's gonna do anything.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he's behind the scenes doing some stuff with the feds, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Um,
know. Staying in the Cape in Sandwich, I should say, and keeping his distance.
here is the fire hydrant.
Okay,
Here is the
it's
flagpole.
flag.
Okay? And supposedly everybody says this, like, was it according to everything else I've seen, his body, like, wasn't kinda near the curb. It was in further,
Right. But
and it
yeah.
was near the flagpole. I mean,
Mhm.
these 2 are not that close. Like,
No,
not as close as you
I mean,
think.
it's like if you moved that car
Mhm.
over, like, it would be at least that distance, which is
At
what?
least
What's a
the
car?
car distance, maybe a little longer. Plus the
Yeah,
flagpole is in,
yeah. So it's probably,
and
like, at least
right.
a minimum
And
of 12 to 14 feet, right? I don't know, that's
right,
just from this angle, that's kinda what it looks
right.
like. But yeah.
And according to the what I've heard the people that were there say,
Mhm.
because they didn't take pictures and they didn't do, is that um his body wasn't near, because they were talking about, like, if he hit the curb, which it's not, I don't know, what do they call that? It's not a curb like we have them here. It's just a little,
It's like a little berm almost,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Like, cause we have, like, like, we call them a gutter. It's like a concrete, like, little thing.
Yeah. That's how ours are too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's not that, and according to them, he wasn't, because they were like, "Oh, he probably hit his head on the curb." I heard people saying, they're like, "Well, that's not how he was found. Like, he wasn't found with his head on the curb." And according to the La Posada and everybody else, he really wasn't getting up. Oops, my bad. He really
Mhm.
wasn't getting up after this
Right.
head injury.
'Cause it's not none of it's true. None of it's true. 'Cause none of it's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah. But I just wanted to point that out because that to me, I'm like, the fire hydrant? Like, I'm thinking, I don't know whose I don't know whose property this part is. Like if
Right.
it's 34 Fairview or if it's 32, which I guess
Mhm.
that's 32 because remember Dever Deaver Sourpuss said 32. Um,
True. Yeah.
it just to me was like he was nobody says the fire hydrant. Nobody says the fire hydrant. I don't remember hearing anything about the fire hydrant at all during the trial. Flagpole, flagpole,
Right.
flagpole, flagpole.
Yeah.
And to me, he knew what he was saying. He was putting John's body farther away from his house.
Right, exactly. He was pushing it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably would have said the school that's like 2 miles down the road if he could have.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
That guy, he's
So,
a piece of work.
did you hear about, like, the book rights or the movie rights? They
Yeah.
signed stuff,
Uh-huh.
or I don't know if they signed stuff, but supposedly there's gonna be like a movie. I don't know if it'll be like a script. Is it gonna be scripted? Did they say it was scripted or
I don't
like a
know. They
more like
haven't
a
said.
documentary? I don't know,
Yeah, I
but
don't know. They haven't said.
they'll
Like
be
a
like it's gonna
docudrama, like based on a
oh,
true story. Who knows? I don't know.
could you imagine
I
if
do you
it
think
was
they're
scripted like All My Children? I mean, that's basically what it's like, a soap opera, you know?
for, for real? No doubt. No
All
doubt.
As the World Turns or whatever those soap operas were called back in the day, General Hospital. It
Oh,
would be
General
like,
Hospital. That was mine.
rural Can I don't know if this is rural, but rural Canton or something. As the card speeds, I don't know.
Normal housewives of Canton.
Oh, a sidetrack or side note, supposedly they're cutting Bravo is cutting some of the Real Housewives series. Like, they're getting rid of some of them because 'cause they're not doing well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
rumor is that there's one for Boston. Could you
Oh,
imagine if Karen, because you don't have to be rich anymore to do these, you just have to kinda have a storyline. Could you imagine if they
yeah.
asked her to be one of the people? T. Those ratings would go up
Yeah.
on Bravo.
Right. Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I had
Yep.
to say. Mhm.
That would be amazing. That would be
And
amazing.
I know.
Before we
Yep.
start talking more about the movie and our book,
Uh-huh.
I had a couple pictures of basement. Like this was from the Zillow, I
Oh, yeah,
guess.
okay. Mhm.
But then we got the private investigators pictures video with Alan Jackson going through. This was the basement. It was like all um a
It
lot
looked
of it
like
was
it.
all like just new plywood.
Right. Yeah, this was from once the new owners took possession of the house.
Right.
They had
Yeah.
access, yeah.
hmm
Which
Yeah.
is kind
The
of sus. Well, maybe because I live at the beach, we don't have basements. I didn't know you had
mhm.
flooring, like wood flooring in a basement.
Well, you can if it's finished. Like I don't. Mine's concrete. Like there's probably concrete under it, but they
But
put down.
that's like plywood. That's not flooring, like a hardwood floor. Do you know what I mean?
Right. But it's
I don't
it's
know.
fairly new, so they had something else down there before because the wall it has it's there's not they've put in walls and a ceiling in. Like my
Yeah,
basement is concrete and just the cinder block walls
cinder
and
blocks.
studs,
Yeah, yeah.
the uh the floor. Like it's all
Mhm.
open. It's not finished, so I don't have any drywall. I don't have
Yeah,
any but this is finished, so there's drywall, but when they got in there, like a lot of the floor had been removed, I guess, and new plywood. Because it was when Jackson's walking around, he's like, so this is like hodgepodge but new. And they were like,
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And so that you would just put like because you wouldn't put whatever flooring straight down on the concrete. You would put the plywood down and then
I
Do you know what I'm saying?
guess.
Like I guess you would put like probably like a vapor barrier or something because it
Barrier,
gets
sure.
damp, and then
True.
plywood, and then whatever floor, carpet, because you'd need something to staple it to or
Sure.
glue it to or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye, aye,
So
aye. But I know that I'm sure they're kicking themselves in hindsight, going, "Dang, we shouldn't have sold the house," because I'm sure
yeah,
they weren't expecting, investigators to go inside, once the new owners took it, and they were
yeah,
cooperative and like,
I know.
basically free Karen Reed
Yeah.
people.
Well, good for them. I
So
mean, I'd let somebody
yeah.
in if I thought,
Oh yeah.
it would help a murder.
Oh, of course.
And then there's the garage, and there's this weird paint spill,
Mm-hmm.
and this
Yeah.
is what people speculate about, like, because or La Posada said he hit something that was like
Like shelfy.
a, yeah, like ridge
Mm-hmm.
and granular, like something, that would cause these little, I don't know. She's
Yeah.
the expert, I don't know. But anyway, so
Yeah.
people are speculating here because, like, look at that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just random paint spilled in the garage.
Yeah.
And then once
And
you
it was
do that, if you
and they said
put,
it was the color of their shutters. It was their paint shutter color.
yeah,
So I don't know.
I mean, by itself, it's like, oh, somebody spilled paint. But where a guy died, it's
Right.
sus. Do you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
plus, like they were saying, you can't, like, if there was blood under there, like, you're not getting it out now because the paint is
Right.
in the,
Yeah.
because concrete, it's porous and everything, in the wood. So, anyway,
I'm sure there's
crazy.
stuff that they have uncovered or know about and collected that they just can't talk about right now. You know,
Right. Hmm.
like maybe there was stuff and they're like closed-lipped because
Yeah.
they've
Well, and they
got.
couldn't bring some of this stuff into trial anyway, so
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're
they
keeping it for the
couldn't
book.
even bring in a picture of the side garage door. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's insane.
suspicious. I know.
Well, I mean, Alan Jackson hasn't spoken much, but when he did on that one, like, was it Howie Carr up there or something? It was like, this was the most, I mean, uh, the most, I don't know what you say. Suspicious? No, not suspicious. Just a travesty of justice, I guess I'll say.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's
Hmm.
crazy. And tomorrow he's going to be when this airs, he will have been on Turtle Boy's show Saturday, this past
Yes. Hmm.
Saturday that night. He said it's not going to be long. Turtle Boy said it won't be long. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's going to be like 15, 20 minutes unless he can get him to like talk a little bit more. But I think like what Jackson wants to say isn't going to be very long. So
No. And
I'm
like you
excited
said,
to
the
see.
book and the movie with him and Karen are signing on. They're probably just, they don't want him to talk too much about it. They want it in the
Right.
for the book and the
Agree.
movie. So I think that's why they're not
Hmm. Oh
saying a
yeah.
whole lot. And just because, well, it's but when this airs, it's after. Oh, look, we're talking about Red, and I I wrote my notes, and now my notes. It's all right. My allergies are bothering me today. It'll be after 4th of July, but I thought this was funny, and I don't, I don't know if this would even wake up Brian
Oh my
Albert
gosh.
from a cold sleep. I don't
A
know.
cold
What do you
sleep.
think?
Oh my
That's about the
gosh.
distance John's body was from his window.
What in the world is that?
That's a big friggin' eagle, is what it is.
What?
I'm gonna put the eagle screech in there.
That's
I don't know. I
insane.
saw it. Somebody posted it on somewhere, and I was like, I didn't save that. It's funny.
Oh my god. That's ginormous.
Yeah, they're big.
Yikes. I mean,
That's a big.
I've seen them in person. Like, I mean, other than the zoo, we've seen them in the wild,
Hmm.
like in North Carolina. But
Yeah,
I don't remember their wingspan being that big. But
I guess
gee,
he's an old MFer. I don't know.
yeah,
He's
maybe that's
big.
true. He's the
He's
he's seen it all. You strap a drone to him, a GoPro, Eagle Cam. Oh my gosh. So what? So if there's a movie, well, if it was a scripted movie, do you
Yeah,
have thoughts on who would play who?
yeah. So Amy and I put our thoughts together on some of these. So we have the star, Karen,
Uh-huh.
and my pick is Annie Murphy
Oh, okay. That's a
of
good
Schitt's
one.
Creek fame. And
Right.
yours?
That's Sutton Foster. She was in that show Younger. I figured she was, I don't know, I think she kind of looks like her. And
Yeah,
it's
she
like age
does.
appropriate and stuff. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Both of
Okay.
them are good.
Yeah,
I
for
like them.
sure.
And
Mm-hmm.
then we have the first person she called. Oh no, wait. Well, I'm out of order. Sorry. Then we have
Oh,
Turtle Boy.
Turtle Boy. He's definitely going to be in the movie.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and he's talking about he signed for something. And I think
Yes.
it sounds like it's maybe a documentary about him, like his point of view and what
I'm sorry. Oh my
what?
God, Mel. Speaking of birds, a bird just flew into the window. Mo, oh my gosh. We
So
have a
you're
bird
getting
feeder.
attacked.
I thought so. We have a bird feeder right here, and it
Oh
must have
geez.
attacked another bird. Oh, it's the bird feeder on my window. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious.
Wait, is it coming back? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It hit the window. I thought it was gonna break. It was so loud. Okay. So you said Turtle Boy is going to be about, you think it's going to be a documentary about his story?
I haven't
Like
heard
his,
him I haven't heard him I mean, I've heard him say that he signed with somebody, but I haven't heard him say what it's about, but I'm just assuming it's just, a Turtle Boy point of view, like what he did and,
yeah.
him getting arrested and he still got charges he's got to get out of and
Yeah, he spent what, 60 days in jail?
yeah, for
Hmm.
ridiculousness.
Yeah, for ridiculousness. Yes, for
Uh-huh.
sure. So, who
So
you got?
here's our Turtle Boy.
I definitely vote for Spencer Pratt because he fits his personality. Like Spencer's sassy, no fucks given. And then
Amy
you've got
loves
Matt.
Spencer Pratt.
I do. I have been a Spencer Pratt stan since the hills. The hills. But yeah. And you picked Matt Damon. That's
Yes.
probably that's probably good too,
The
you know?
accent, you can do the accent. It kind
Yeah.
of,
And
there's a little resemblance there. I
yeah,
feel like
true.
if you have a movie of anywhere from the Boston area,
The
one
boys.
of you got to have you got to have him, Affleck or one of the Wahlbergs.
True, true, true. Yeah. Matt's probably better fit because I think Spencer's over 6 foot tall. So
Oh geez.
that wouldn't work. But this is more
It doesn't
story
matter.
or movie
And
in my
yeah,
mind.
it doesn't. I mean, we're in an era where nobody cares anymore.
True.
But,
Oh man.
then we
Okay.
got the judge.
The
We got
judge.
Bev.
Yes. Beverly Cannoni.
All
I
right,
don't even,
ready?
yeah. Oh my gosh. Miss Piggy and who is that? That's Patricia or is that Rosanna? Is that Rosanna Arquette? I couldn't remember.
I think that's
I think
Patricia,
Rose,
isn't it?
I can't remember. There's so many
Isn't
Arquettes.
that
I can't
terrible? We
remember.
don't know which Arcade it is.
I think it's, I don't know, but I think she would be good because she's got that like
Oh, you're right. It's Rosanna, I think. 'Cause
Rosanna. Yeah, I think so too. Because Patricia was in that Medium show.
yeah,
Medium. Remember that show back in the day? That was really good
yeah.
too. Um, I think that would be good. Uh,
Yeah, that's Rosanna.
Rosanna.
Patricia's the
Cat.
one that she has like she got the little snaggle tooth. She has like the little crooked
She
tooth.
does? Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, she does. Uh-huh. She does. I think that's a good I don't know
I think
how
so too.
if it was a comedy, Miss Piggy would be good. She'd be like, "Order
Miss
in
Piggy's got
the
the
court."
attitude. Miss
Sure,
Piggy
that's
has the
true.
attitude. The other
True.
one I saw that people picked was oh God, what's her name? She was in Legally Blonde.
Oh,
Um,
Jennifer Coolidge? Or
yes.
Coolidge? Uh-huh, okay.
She's funny.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
funny enough to like kind of
Mhm.
be, you know.
Yep.
All right,
Whoever it
who's
is, it would
next?
have to be a good sigh. They'd have to have a good
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh gosh. Yannetti, the
the
goat,
OG.
the OG goat.
I don't
What do we
think you gave
got?
me somebody for him.
I didn't? I
No.
thought I did.
I put Did you? I didn't. I
Maybe I
downloaded all
didn't.
the pictures. Unless you
Oh,
just
that's a
said
good fit
somebody.
though. Or maybe I agreed
Christopher,
with you, and so I was like,
maybe.
"Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one." Mhm.
Christopher Maloney, he's like, OG Law and Order guy. He
Right.
This is a younger picture of him, but
Uh-huh.
he
Yeah.
looks like him and he knows how to do the Law and Order thing. So
Exactly. Exactly.
everybody loves Unity. I love
Yeah.
that when him and Alessi are going in the courtroom that one day. We love you, Yannetti.
And
And Alessi goes,
Leslie says
everybody loves Yannetti.
yeah. I thought that was classic. Classic.
Then
Oh, yeah.
we got Alan, AJ.
Yep.
I think we agreed
Yep.
on this one. You put it up and I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Like,
Uh-huh.
no argument.
Oh, yeah. Robert Downey Jr. Perfect. And you know how Alan stands like when he's arguing,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
he puts his hand here and goes like this. I can
Yeah.
totally see
Oh,
Robert Downey
yeah.
Jr. do
I mean,
that,
he's in
standing
this
like that
picture I
too.
got, the picture we got, his arms are crossed.
Uh-huh. He's probably got
Almost.
his hand right here in
Uh-huh.
the crook of his
Yeah, he
elbow
might,
doing
yeah.
his thing
Uh-huh.
he does when he's like,
Yeah.
I'm about to get you. I'm about to
Uh-huh.
attack you.
He's
Yeah,
got the
that's my
attitude.
bad.
He could do
Mhm.
it
Yeah, he's one of my
for
favorites.
sure. I don't think anybody can argue with that one. I mean,
Mm-mm.
you can have
Nope.
some other ones, but he could do it. Faux
Totally.
show.
Uh-huh.
We got Bobby. Bobby Alessi. He's my favorite. I heart him. He's such a nerd.
Yes.
When they were like, he's like 66 or 67 years old, I was like, are you lying? I thought this guy was in his 50s.
Oh, yeah. And Yannetti is 62. So
Yeah.
I don't know how old Jackson is. Jackson's probably
Jackson in his 50s.
it's gotta be. Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Like late 50s?
He's
Yeah.
he's older than me. He's older than me.
Mhm.
But I was like, somebody said he was like turning 67 this year. I was like, get out. Stop. He's
Mhm.
like so health conscious, this
Yeah.
guy. He's in
Well.
phenomenal shape, like crazy.
Mhm.
Anyway, um, I don't think you picked anybody, but I picked Rob Lowe because Rob Lowe can kind of do dorky.
Yeah, I was having a hard time finding somebody
Yeah,
because or thinking of somebody because of his hair, you know?
yeah.
Because
Hmm.
to me, Rob Lowe wouldn't fit because I don't know. Obviously, you could do a lot with like wigs and makeup and
Yeah.
stuff, but
Uh-huh. I
yeah.
just
But,
one of my favorite shows is Parks and Recreation, and Rob Lowe
uh-huh.
was so. You know who else could do it is what's his face was on that too. But Rob Lowe can kind of do like he was like a dorky fitness buff in that. So
Oh, I've
it
never
makes me
seen
think of
Parks and
him.
Rec.
Oh my God, it's like one of my favorite shows.
Oh,
I love it.
okay.
I just love Rob Lowe. He has to be in something.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like dorky in real life because if you ever watch like his social media, his kids,
Yes,
his boys just they're like, "Really?"
they
They just
drag
make fun
him.
of him.
Yes,
Yeah, so
exactly.
funny.
They're like, Dad, stop. Old man,
He
stop.
went to a football game once and just wore somebody must have gave him a hat with just the NFL logo on it. And they were like they just they were like, "Are you kidding me?" They just went off on him. It was hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, he's dorky. I love him. Okay, who's next?
Oh my gosh. Hank Brennan. Jeez. Oh man. Yes. I mean,
I
this was the
hate
first one I knew instantly. When you were like, "Oh, let's do this," I was like, "Pfft," instant. I knew exactly Brennan. I knew exactly who Brennan would be.
the it's like I wonder if in the movie if they would just have somebody do a Boston accent and not his butchering of words. Like well somebody was like, "Oh, speech impediment." And I was like, "A speech impediment doesn't make you say words wrong or
Correct.
say Alisi instead of Alessi. Like that's not
Right.
his speech impediment. Coup counter coup
Yeah. It's yeah.
instead of
It's an
coup
all
contra
intentional.
coup. It's not a
Yeah.
speech impediment."
100%. That's
Or what
okay.
was the
He
other one?
he
What's the
forgot a lot of things. So and he also forgot like evidence. So
oh yeah,
oops.
what was what's the
Simple?
Glasgow
Oh.
coma score? Like or
Oh,
not
oh,
coma score, Glasgow something, right?
yeah. I don't know what he said though. What was I can't yeah, he
He
said so
said
much
something
stuff wrong.
complete like it didn't sound it began with a G, but it wasn't anything Glasgow. I mean, you can say Glasgow.
Yeah, he said something I was just like, "What is he even saying?" Like, yeah, I just was like, "Dude,
And
read your notes.
and
Read
Laposada's
your
like,
notes."
"Glasgow?" He goes, "Well, isn't it something called blah blah blah?" She was like, "No, just Glasgow."
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah. So
It's
wait,
the
who'd we
it's
pick? Who'd
the
we pick? Who'd you pick?
oh, sorry. Look at you. You're like, "Go."
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, okay. We got Amy picks
Rick Moranis.
Rick
Rick
Moranis
Moranis.
from like 40 years ago.
Don't come for me. You said this is the perfect fit. Like he could totally do
Oh, yeah.
this.
Uh-huh. Oh, I think he could because he played
Yeah.
dorky.
Uh-huh.
But
And just
he's like 80 years old now, though,
oh well,
unfortunately. He's an old
you
guy.
didn't hey, I also picked somebody that wasn't alive. I didn't know it was a real life movie. I picked Suzanne Summers for Bev
I know. I
or
was like,
for
I think she
Judge
passed away
Canoni.
a few years ago.
Yeah. But it was
I
just the
picked yeah.
yeah.
No, I think it's funny. I think he looks
Mhm.
looks like we could make that face.
Totally. He
And
totally
I picked Ben Affleck because I think he could play a good Weasley little rat fink. So
yeah. Not too
that's
far
mine.
from how he really is. What? What?
Yeah,
Huh?
for real.
What did I say?
Then we have
Oh,
here's our bonuses. We got Crash Daddy, Dr. Wolf with the
Dr.
E.
Wolf with an E. Yes.
Yeah. And you picked this one and I was like, yes, I
Uh-huh.
agree.
I mean, what is his name? Henry
Henry
Cavill?
Cavill.
Cavill?
Uh-huh.
I mean, that'd be perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. I
That
mean, look, it's
chiseled
like
jaw
in the dimples, like they're
and the
almost in the
dimples.
same spot
Yep.
too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
I
Yep.
know.
And
So,
then
oh my
I picked
God.
one for Higgins.
Okay. Oh, that's
Disheveled,
right.
disheveled,
Adam.
messy, kind of fat Adam Sandler.
Yes. I
Bonus, he
forgot
can
about
do that accent.
Yeah. I mean, and he can just sit on the stage and eat like a ham sandwich or something on the stage, on the, it's the witness. Uh,
We could talk about his
uh,
Jack and Ginger.
Jack and Ginger.
And
I
this was,
guess I texted her.
I guess.
I guess I texted
What do
her.
you mean? Yeah, you just hear him screaming. Okay, and then the last one we have, this was Amy pick, bonus
Okay.
pick, is Adam Lally.
I mean, come on. This is the easiest one too. He'd just be a pack of Marlboros because he eats cigarettes outside the
Chains.
courthouse.
I'd be chain smoking if I had to do this stupid trial with no evidence.
No, the second time. The second
Oh yeah.
time doing the trial. Like,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
I'm sure he was just like, I'm sure the second trial, he was like looking at all this evidence, basically kind of like taking a back seat, looking at the evidence. I
Yeah.
think he was even going, I don't think Karen did it either.
There was one point where
I don't
Hank
think
is
so.
talking to the judge, and he's just sitting there playing with his pen.
Or the hot mic moment when Brendan was talking to Lally and he said something about like, oh, what do you think of this? And Lally said, it's garbage. I think it's garbage. That's what Lally said. I have no idea what they were talking about. I mean, he could have been pointing at the lunch menu, going, what about
Right.
this? And he's like, I think it's garbage. Like, who knows what they were talking about? But yeah.
It's
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh. So let us know in the comments, guys, what you think of the Diddy verdict. What about Brian Kohberger? What was that justice? Taking that plea
Mhm.
deal with the no possibilities of appeals. And then Karen Reed, what do you think? Do you think she's guilty or not guilty? Because people still are having wedding drinks named after Karen Reed being guilty. So
Yeah.
let
Ridiculous.
us know in the
Okay.
comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time, guys. Stay sassy. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching, and check out more of our videos right here. Stay sassy.